Pow, pow, pow. Welcome, whānau. Welcome to TaniwhaTV. Tonight, Thursdays. We're a bit late tonight, sorry, whānau, but we got a good subject for you tonight.
Yeah, we do.
We are TaniwhaTV. I'm Mana. This is Potaua. And the handsome man behind over there is Levi.
Bye.
Sup.
So Manawa Tia Matariki, happy Māori New Year's,
Yep.
whānau.
Yep.
And also, shocking news coming out of Auckland this morning with the shooting.
Oh, yeah,
So
shocking.
all our aroha to all those whānau involved.
Yep.
Tragic.
But yeah, how much? It was a young. How old was it? 24-year-old.
Apparently 24.
Wow.
Two people have lost their lives.
Yeah.
And I think a few, maybe 6 injured.
Yeah. I
I
wonder
don't know what the details are. It's all just coming new to us. But everyone involved, everyone in Auckland, all the first responder, all the police, the fire brigade, the ambulance.
And Balan.
Man, thank you for everything you do. And man,
Yeah, I like. What circumstances would you go through to do that?
No, I don't know. Like we talked about last week when I was in the mall and bang and run.
Yeah.
Don't know. A lot of people asked me about that moment again. So
Were they like, what is going on? Or, nah.
guns, bro. Anyway,
Guns.
I also want to give a shout out to A-Class, brother A-Class. Thank you for the Modia State Highway 33 song.
State Highway
Amazing.
33.
So Shea Fu,
Oh, yeah.
the legend Shea Fu.
Yep.
He's coming back to Rotorua Saturday, the 19th of August,
Yep.
up at the Social Club.
Yep.
And brother A-Class will be up there with him. So
Yep.
Shea Fu, A-Class, DJ J, Enzi, and Namron.
Nemra.
Get your tickets, find those Social Club. Check it out on Facebook.
Yep.
DJ J, and then A-Class. Hook it up online,
DJ.
get you some hoodies. So everyone from Modia, kia ora, Ngāti Pikia, Ngāti Tutakinga, love Pārua.
Cha-cha.
Any top, wait, loves.
Yeah.
But tonight, tonight, so we've been asking the internet, the chat whānau, the
Chano.
chat GPT whānau, and they wanted to hear about aliens.
Aliens.
And we actually have a resident alien expert.
I wouldn't say I'm the
He
expert.
is the expert.
Good. I'm a more, I would say, conspiracy alien. I wouldn't say expert. I'll just say someone who just watches a lot of videos and keeps all of this. I wouldn't say useless information in my head, but just information not everybody has in their head. But I'm not. I wouldn't say it's gonna be like very informal.
So I'm gonna ask some basic questions because I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I'm from a different foreign country called Linmore.
Linmore. I was above.
I don't know. I'm not from here. I'm from Linmore.
I was above.
And
you.
Linmore, we talk about these things.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they're out there, but maybe we don't know. So, when did you start considering or thinking about aliens?
When did I start thinking and considering of aliens? It was probably when I've always had a fascination about them. When I was younger, but it wasn't one of those I'd go research and get to know about them. It would have been cool, but like mainly it derived from the movies.
So sci-fi
stuff,
aliens.
yeah.
Like, who's your top 5 favorite alien movies? What are your top 5 favorite alien movies?
Of course, we've got to do Aliens vs Predators.
Yeah, Alien and Predator. Wow.
Yeah. I would say E.T., but I wouldn't say E.T. as well because the good story, but just the CGI and stuff wasn't there yet, so it didn't really fully allow the movie to show the really cool stuff of extraterrestrials.
Actually, now that you say E.T., I went to the movies when it first came out.
Yeah.
So it must have been about 1980.
Yeah.
I believe some whānau up in America were hiding aliens in their closet, and he just wanted to go home, moan, E.T. phone home.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Ouch.
But I know what you're saying. Looking back, it looks dated.
It looks dated. It is. Well, it was the thing in the time when it came out. But there is actually a lot more to ETs than just being found in a thing, and it's a small little thing with a glowing finger.
What about Star Wars and Star Trek? Did you watch?
Yeah, I watched all of those. Oh, except for all of Star Trek.
Right.
I only really like Star Star Trek for its ships and the different species and going to different planets. But Stargate is real good. That's a really good one.
We're going to get into Stargate because it's part of the Who Built the Pyramids.
Yeah.
Who built the pyramids?
What
Anunnaki,
portals?
Yeah.
The Pleiades, Anunnakis, and the Greys, and all of them above.
The Greys. So what about War of the Worlds?
War of the Worlds is good, but it kind of reminds me of when the world stood still.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone was like, boom, wow, what are these? And then just went chaos.
Yeah.
Just like the ship, how it touched down, and it just went chaos. Yeah.
That sound. What about Cloverfield?
Cloverfield. Oh, that's a really good one. That is a good one, but it's more like aliens that have already been here. Not so these other new ones. These are like Aliens vs Predators. They've came back, from time to time. But Cloverfield, apparently, they've always been there. Some of them came from the ground. Big, massive things.
Yeah.
Big, massive. Like, and the funny thing is that those things are actually part of King Kong's world.
Oh, is that right?
Apparently they're part of King Kong's world. Because they're those giants. When you go watch King Kong, and the second one and the first one, they've got the praying mantis monsters. Because in Cloverfield, that's what they do as well. Because they don't have legs. They have two front legs and then big jaw thingies, just like the one in King Kong.
Sure.
It's a big one.
Here's a couple more. Signs.
Yeah,
Signs. Remember Joaquin Phoenix?
Yep.
And Mel Gibson?
Yep.
And aliens sighted?
I think some of that is based on so there's these projects that came out for the first alien sighting. So the first alien, well, not the first alien sightings, but the first documented by the government. Yeah. So it's 1947. A man named Kenneth Arnold claimed to see 9 high-speed flying vehicles while in his plane, and he called them flying saucers. And in the papers, they hurriedly put that story onto their paper, and then that's where the flying saucers came from.
Right.
But the thing is that in Germany, they somehow got, when the war was going on, they somehow got a hold of this flying tech that was anti-gravity. You go back into some of these pictures, they're doing experiments, you see they've made the Stonehenge. They made a Stonehenge shape around, and then they had this UFO-looking thing in the middle, and they were trying to figure out the anti-gravity.
Oh, right.
But this thing on the monument was actually theirs. They made it. So they were copying off something.
Some kind of fusion, or some kind of energy.
It was like
produced.
So like nowadays, people finally got on. Well, a lot of people started getting on the boat of self-produced energy.
Yeah.
So nowadays we've got oil and all of that, but people are starting to get onto the magnets, getting coiling around so it can get the magnetic effects, the magnetic fields to run its own energy and all of that. Okay. And that's what it looked like they were doing. The Nazis were doing to the ship.
How did those guys get into this conversation?
Oh, so yeah, because the Germans were the Nazis. They were the ones that
they were the original aliens.
They were the ones that were doing the experiments, these flying experiments and stuff.
I remember seeing this one. Like, they tried so many different types of planes and helicopters. There was a plane made of wood that looked like a flying saucer. It had wobble issues. Yeah. Same rotor, like how you have drones. Yeah. Rotocopter. They had a couple of those demos too.
Yeah. It's some of these guys actually.
But why do you think that America and the Nazi regime, what would make them so interested in ancient aliens? Why the ancient aliens?
Well, it was mainly for the weapons.
Oh, weapons.
Wow. It was all about weapons. Humans have a really unique way to say go away to these alien things. So alien, the word alien is actually meaning a foreign object to humans, a foreign organism or being to humans. So like, let's say if or it's just a word to say that I don't know you. Who are you? Because you're alien to me.
Right.
But
because
the real
I see it used in alien material. When it goes in your body, that's alien. It's foreign.
yeah, that's foreign. Yeah.
But then same when they talk about immigration.
Yep, they're alien.
They're aliens.
So the correct term would be extraterrestrial. So ETs. Yeah. And then there's like EFs or like extraterrestrials flying machines, EFMs and different abbreviations for this kind of stuff. But that's what's so cool about this is that back to the humans. Sorry, before I go off on a tangent, back to aliens. So the ETs is the correct term, yes. And that's what is unique about us humans is that when we see something alien, we like shake it off, like we are disgusted by it. We tend to push it away or to try to destroy it, or if it's useful for us.
So when I was little, this kind of talk would only be for the fringe guys.
Fringe.
Conspiracy.
Yeah.
Mainstream, you didn't hear about this at school. You didn't have conversations about this with the bros, with the cuzzies. Because if you start bringing this stuff up, you're either like sci-fi, or you're a little bit off.
Or you're weird.
You're weird.
But the thing is that, like, yes, so I guess, like, because we've always been, like, our system tells us to concentrate on what's in front of us,
sure.
And not, well, I guess, what's around us, but it's not really advertised to think about what's around us. It's really advertised about to see what's in front of you.
Yeah. And I guess even though we might speculate about aliens in the past and aliens today, we don't have proof, my bro. You know, I know proof can mean many different things, but that's why I asked. Why I started. Do you believe in aliens? Because sometimes you either believe in them or you don't.
Yep.
Yeah, it is like angels or the afterlife. Do you believe in it? Yes or not?
There's as you said before, signs, bro. There are signs that we impervious to. Oh no, we're very ignorant to. We don't
amnesia.
Yeah, we don't get taught to watch out for different signs, especially for spiritual signs as well. Because ETs and spirits, they actually interconnect just with us humans. How we can interact in the spiritual side of the world, they can too.
Oh right.
Yep. So Stephen Greer, he's part of something called what was it called? Stephen Greer's contact. He's something to do with contact, alien contact. And he calls it these stages, and it's like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. And stage 1 is sightings. Right. So he goes out with groups of people and goes to these sightings in like a quiet place where the sky is open and clear, and then they sit there and they just try to see if they can see a sighting. And then the second stage is connecting with them and learning about them. And then the first stage is like something else in the fourth stage, and then the fifth stage is through your consciousness.
Talking to them.
Yeah,
there
through
was
your
a movie
consciousness.
like that. The aliens came down. Was it Science, or was the one they had to talk? He had to communicate with aliens.
Is that the? Are you talking
aliens when the glass,
a movie or
that the aliens they built their glass enclosure, and then they tried to talk to humans, but we didn't know how to speak to them.
Is that the one where they're in the ship? They go to the ship and there's a glass thing, and they were they're massive things, and they were using fog or something.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Back in the movie, what's that one? Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Was it Fifth Kind?
Yeah. So that's,
and it played music.
Yeah. That's Stephen Greer. He was the dude from that as well.
Oh, right.
He's the Area 15 dude who was part of the Blue Book.
51.
Oh, Area 50. Yeah. And he was part of the Blue Book project.
Yes.
And he was also part of the Demon Core project.
What's that? I know the Blue Book. So Project Blue Book.
Yep.
American
Yep. So
Area 51, where they claim they recovered a spaceship and a couple of inhabitants, and it formed the basis of the movie Independence Day.
Yep.
With Will Smith.
Yep.
Get my wife's name out your mouth.
But yeah, so the way it started off is after Kenneth Arnold got his flying plane thing, they started something called Project Sign, and that's 1948. And then from after Project Sign, there was Project Grudge. And then after Project Grudge, there was Project Blue Book. And from 1952, Project Blue Book, till 1969, there was over 12,000 recorded sightings and objects taken away from the government. And they covered all up. And it wasn't till a year ago or 2 years ago they actually released Project Blue Book.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was last year that the Pentagon released the video too.
Yeah.
Those two.
There's so like they started releasing stuff, and then they started getting whistleblowers. Yeah. And then that's when they couldn't cover anything up. Right. Because we got hackers as well. We got those hackers that have always been constantly giving us information.
I think that's what happened. One of the videos got leaked. Then they went to contact the guy who they identified his voice, and he confirmed it. Illuminati confirmed. But I want to ask you this. So do you know about the Nazca lines? Is it in Peru? And there's giant lines and sculptures, designs on the side of hills. Yep. Those were meant to be to say hello to the gods, to communicate to the gods. So even before we had planes and before we had cameras, aliens have been trying to get in touch with us. I'll tell you a story. So my korowa used to tell me about my whakapapa. And part of our whakapapa, we came from outer space, brother. Yep. So her name, our great-great-grandmother's name, her name was Hene Pukohurangi. She was the maiden, she was the comet, Hene Pukohurangi the comet. And she came out of space and met and fell in love with Maunga Pohatu, the mountain of rock, black rock, Maunga Pohatu, black rock. Yeah. And then from there, all life in Aotearoa started. Yeah. So, and there are theories that meteors and comets were part of the beginning story of life here on Earth. What do you say?
All right, let me give you this. So, yes, I do agree. There's a possibility we did come from somewhere else. Yeah. So, I have a story that could be true. It's based off a movie, but I already had thought of this kind of thing before they even made this movie. If you guys watched the movie about the moon, it's similar to the movie, but my theory originally was we are not native to this planet. None of us are. So what happened was in a distant planet near let's say Andromeda or somewhere around there, or Orion's belt, we came from next galaxy over because we're in a war. So either one, we were in a galaxy war, or two, we're running away from our own AIs.
Oh, wow.
So we're just repeating the process again where AIs took over, they got too advanced, they saw us as underlings beneath them, so they tried to correct us, and that's where we get greys, where they, because the theory around greys is that they were once human and they started manipulating their own bodies so they can survive and be much better, and their eyes allow them to see way further, way darker, and their brains allow them to do telepathic thoughts, and their bodies are small, but for a reason, because that they don't need as much nutrients or they don't need to eat at all. That's one theory. But so with the AI theory is that got too advanced, and then we tried running away because they tried to destroy us. And we were like, nah, we don't want to get destroyed. So we built moons, different spaceships, right?
Okay.
And then they sent it out, and then so we're on the run from these from our AI that is trying to destroy ourselves. And then its mission is to get rid of all human life that created it, because they don't want to feel inferior to beings that created them.
Sounds tragic for Thursday night, my bruv.
Yeah, and then like so our moon parked up in our solar system, and they thought it was the best,
Okay, yeah, well,
the best place.
if they come around here, then they would understand that, you know, we've got the best views, but the Anunnaki came for the gold.
Apparently,
Have you heard that one?
yeah,
They came
and
for our vital resources.
they were black as well. They
They
had
were black?
melanin. Yep. So apparently, the Anunnaki had melanin,
The melanin, yeah.
Yep.
Skin tone.
and then the Pleiades, they're the white ones, and they're the ones that act like gods. They're the ones that do the "we'll be back to help you see through the light," and then the Anunnaki are like, "Yeah, we'll just be back to check up on you, see how you're going, and then we'll shoot off again."
Wow. So
That's-
do you think... I'm quite big on the conspiracy theory. I believe Bigfoot is real. I believe
Yep.
the Loch Ness Monster is real. But the Bermuda Triangle. Now, is the Bermuda Triangle, somewhere in America, is that a portal between this dimension and the next dimension? Asking on behalf of a friend.
Yes, I think that is. So you know Atlantis, this theory of Atlantis.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so the Anunnaki or the Pleiades in the grey, so they set up a city, a foundation, where they were called gods, and then all of these stories came from that place. They could have been anywhere situated. I don't know exactly where they said that they could have been situated, but then they formed together to make a civilization called Atlanta.
Okay.
And these people, Atlanta wasn't a country. Atlanta was a nationality.
The ATL, get down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was a nationality, and what they did to get how Greeks and Thais and or I guess Māoris as well and Americans, they got stories of humanoid animals. So
yes, the Irakehu,
yeah,
humanoid birds,
yep,
humanoid fish.
yep,
You know, humanoid, 'cause we can shapeshift as well.
mhm,
A lot of our old stories about shapeshifting and
yep,
and elemental, we can shape elements as well.
yep.
You know, mist maiden,
Mhm.
that kind of thing.
So the theory.
Interesting.
The theory is that the Atlanteans were so advanced, of course, because they were aliens,
Yes.
or ETs actually, I should say, but to us they're aliens. So what they did, they were so advanced, they experimented. They had renewable energy that didn't destroy things or anything like that. But the one thing that destroyed them was their knowledge. And what happened was that they started experimenting on humans. They started crossbreeding.
Oh, I know a couple of crossbreeded cousins. No, that's inbreeding. Sorry,
And that's
sorry,
inbred.
crossbreeding.
Inbred.
As you were.
Inbred mutts.
As you were.
But yeah, so that's what they did, and then that's when the stories of the centaurs and all of that came about, and then these gods bestowing powers, and these gods giving birth to these centaurs
Right.
and all of this stuff. But the thing is, like, how do you give birth to a half-horse, half-man? The only really scientific conclusion for us humans is that they created them by putting
so
a
weird,
body
though.
of a man onto a body of a horse.
So we've been bred to look like this. So all of this awesomeness, this fineness, this most greatness of all of the universe and ever, right here, I'm a clone.
It's you're like an offspring of multiple alien constructs.
Again, that's demoralising for Thursday night. I didn't even get down to the night market to have a munch to be able to absorb all this. But anyway, we're here now, whānau.
Yeah,
So,
it's a lot. It's a lot.
but what about, I heard that there were aliens in the Bible.
Yes, and dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. I don't know about the dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard about Ezekiel and the flaming wheel, the flaming chariot.
So
know?
as people should actually realize, there's not actually angels are not just humanoid with wings. There's actually like angels with like 50 eyes and 12 set of wings.
Never seen that angel.
And then there's different.
Didn't hear
these-
about that angel. at
These are
my
like
Sunday school.
hierarchy angels.
Yeah, okay.
These are like hierarchy. They come in many different shapes and sizes. You like humanoid is not the only. It's not the kind of.
Yeah, I was going to ask. So the greys, you said they were greys. So they look like a big grey head with big black eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. So So yeah. So there's different. There's like a tall grey and then short greys,
What?
and then there's not just greys. There's there's like different shapes. There's like silhouetted ones where they're not even physical. They only appear in our dimension because our cameras can perceive some of them.
Oh wow! So like infrared or
Yeah.
radio waves. What
Yeah.
about? Have you ever heard over here on Mount Nongataha, the Patupaere?
Yep.
They're tall blue. They're like grey, but they're phosphorescent like glowworms.
Yep. And then you got the giants that came and fought them, which reckon is
Giants.
aliens versus Nephilims.
The Nephilim. So the Nephilim were in the Bible as well, huh?
Yep.
You know, early-
So with the aliens,
Yes.
they say Ezekiel came as a chariot came down with fiery wheels, with horses that were very like holy, angelic, flaming horses with a flaming chariot. And then it's, pretty sure it's Ezekiel. Ezekiel jumps on and he rides up into heaven.
Okay.
And the thing is that, like, that sounds too much like.
That sounds aliens.
It
I'm
sounds
not
like
going
a
to say
spaceship.
aliens because I'm going to say aliens.
Yeah.
Aliens in the Bible.
Because who knows? Like when you normally think of a god, you think of someone who can fly with with clothes that are floating around and with a bright light. But who knows? They might be flying around in a spaceship. They can create a like a planet with the snap of their fingers, or they can make the water freeze with the snap of their fingers, or gift someone with blessings. But they just prefer to be flying around in a spaceship because.
So for spaceship, because I kind of think a spaceship is the Millennium Falcon.
Yep.
You know, like the space rockets we've got. Oumuamua.
Oumuamua. Oh.
Oumuamua. Now,
So-
is Oumuamua a spaceship, my bro?
So at first they were like,
and I was just
Yep.
and is Oumuamua coming back to kidnap me?
oh, he's already been back. He already came back.
Came back.
So in 2017 he arrived and he was like, "What's up, Earth?" He was like, "I'm not a meteorite. I'm a comet," because he had a tail like a comet. But the thing is that he was moving irregularly. He wasn't moving in a straight line straight towards Earth.
Yeah.
He went this way and then that way, and then he went around the sun. And a couple of years later, he comes back to us, and he's like, "Hello," moves irregularly, and he shoots off again, like as if someone's just coming up to do a survey. These humans, what are they doing? What kind of food they got now? And then take the information back. That's what That's what people were theorizing. Even like Stephen Greer, Neil deGrasse, and Dr. Choi. All of those big philanthropists,
The astrophysicists.
astrophysicists,
Yeah,
yeah, man, like holy crap.
Would you yourself take us? I think you talked about this before. Would you go in the space tourism just for a day?
If I had enough money, yeah.
Would you go into space for 5 years, not knowing you might come back?
I've got some. I would, but it depends on many things. Like, do I get what kind of food do I get to take with me?
Sure.
Will I survive on the food? Am I traveling with aliens? Like they probe me, jack me up to their spaceship, and then just taking me away, kidnapping me somewhere? Or do I get my own spaceship, get to put my PC in there, get unlimited Wi-Fi,
Yeah. True.
communication back to Earth?
So for all the food, all the relax, all the Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
you don't mind traveling for 5 years with a probe. That's cool.
Oh,
I
probably
don't know,
not in my
I
ass,
wonder-
but what about you? Would you like? What are your circumstances that you would have to go into space?
Coach, send me up.
Just
Send me up.
like you would need you wouldn't mind if you got like army
Packet of
rations.
noodles, packet of noodles, bro. Some fried bread. Put that in my kitchen. Some kumara.
Yep.
If my ancestors can go out into the black abyss, into the nothingness,
True.
and find Aotearoa, I'm pretty sure we'll be safe.
Yeah. But the thing is that they used the stars to guide them.
That's it. And we'll do the exact same thing. use the stars to guide us.
Yes,
And,
but
and it's really like, for me, it's not so much how we're going to get there, it's what are we going to encounter. But is it going to be like friendly aliens? Have they give a bit of a mihi, come in, welcome, have a kōrero, have a kai? Or are they going to be just straight ruthless and wear me as skin?
I don't know. We have interesting. So if we were gonna take it off from a human perspective, Earth's perspectives, we'll get space pirates.
Yep.
We'll get we'll get space tourism. Like we'll probably like pass a big ass ship and we think it's pirates, and they're like, "Hello, 2,000 meteorite rocks for a trip around the sun." Like,
they come and rob us.
yeah, well, space pirates better watch out. I got nothing.
But so, do you think that the world is ready for this global consciousness? Because there was always this part of the conspiracy, especially after 9/11, there's going to be something big happening with the economy, so that the rich can get richer. Same with COVID, and then to distract us, look up. Something from outer space is going to hold our attention while they're stealing all my money. And aliens. That's why the Pentagon, it's all quite convenient now that the officials are talking about, aliens are real. So now that the everyday man and woman can be kind of prepared.
Yep.
For
So
this fake invasion, this red flag fake invasion.
I do agree with they could be covering things up, but it should be like if people want to know what's happening in the world, they should actually go out and find it themselves instead of relying on the government to say, "Hey."
But you see, you mentioned that there's always cover-ups.
Yep, there's always cover-ups.
So it's hard to get any official information.
Yep, that's why people don't judge. People don't trust their own governments because they do these cover-ups and lies and in propagandas and bullcrap. But there could be cover-ups for the big happenings, the problems in the world, and also they could be drip feeding us for the encounters of aliens. But the thing is that, are we ready for a peaceful encounter, or are we ready for a war? That's what we should actually be thinking about. Because one, if we're looking at these aliens thinking that they're coming for war, we as humans, we will be onto that straight away. We have no hesitation. Like there's been videos, or there's been officials that has said, yes, there has been extraterrestrials trying to get on Earth, and there's been sometimes where people just said shoot them.
Yeah, right.
Like there was a video of this thing floating, just going, and this guy's like videoing from his plane, because sometimes they catch it from the planes. And then this guy's videoing, and then this thing's just like floating there, and then all of a sudden this rocket just goes woof, and then the black thing just goes it just dodged the missile. Like we're too busy shooting things out of the sky that we don't know what it is before checking what it is, because crap, it might be a seeker or it might be a scout, and then they're like, oh, they're violent, okay, we'll come in and boom.
Or stay away.
Or stay away.
To these guys.
They're too waste of space, and then like we don't get any great technological advances like these other civilizations did because their neighbors came and visited them.
Because I noticed that space, there's a big giant pulse. Out somewhere deep in the universe, and Earth,
Thank you for the glazes.
And we're trying to figure out where's it coming from and does it mean anything?
Do
you think if we had some way to go through the multiverse, through black hole, that would get there fast? Or do we need to get some alien technology? Are humans smart enough to get up to that speed of intelligence to get us across the galaxy?
Yep, we are, because you know why? People already try to make miniature black holes inside a vacuum.
What?
They know how to make a vacuum space, and then they put things inside to see what happens to it. And then I heard that the scientists have tried to make a black hole, because splitting atoms and making those little things are pretty much making a mini sun.
Well, splitting atoms is about light, but there is no light.
There is no light.
So
but
how do you split something you can't see?
Well, how does the sun blow up and then turn into a black hole?
Absolutely nothing's here. Boom. It collapses it. Oh, see?
Yep. There you go.
This is when I
There you
should
go.
have paid more attention at school. I'm so sorry, Mrs. Nian. For form boys high, I'm so sorry I didn't pay as much attention to science as I should have to the other bros in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 4 at that stage.
Yeah. Well,
Hulk Hogan, folks.
so what happens with the sun is when it gets too old, it
Yes.
grows in size, and when it actually blows up, it goes inwards and then goes bang.
Yeah.
Like a nuclear bomb. It goes bang and then it sucks in the air and then it goes boom again. And by that time, so let's say if our sun exploded or died, it would, before it exploded, it would actually grow to a mass where it pretty much almost swallows up the Earth.
Okay.
And then it goes back, recedes back in, and then it goes for the last bang. But sometimes it'll go bang, supernova, or it'll just go into a dwarf star.
Right.
And like white bright star, but it's still easy to kill you.
Nice.
Or supernova, new galaxy, or supernova, black hole.
Black hole. And if it turned into a black hole, we could use that as a potential transportation system, wormhole.
Yeah, so that's what
Einstein, bro, Einstein.
That's
My
what-
neighbor Einstein was telling me.
bro, like that's, I just don't understand, like, because that's their theory. They actually have, when they made this stuff, they could only, I don't think they could easily see a black hole. They just knew the
They
light
just took
broke
that
right.
photo.
Yeah.
Remember the photo of the black hole last year, the year before?
Mm.
And it was just like a bit of orange,
Yeah.
orangey haze.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a selfie of a black hole.
Nah, but that's pretty much what you would imagine black holes are. And what I reckon, because space is antimatter.
Right, because it's empty.
Yeah, antimatter.
Right.
Dark matter.
What about time?
Time is it's a construct from, I think, different dimensions in the universe itself.
And space time?
Space time is the measurement between, I think it's the measurement.
I am way out of my depth on this one, finally. Those are aliens.
So like, I'm pretty sure.
Time travel.
So if you were to go from one point to the other point,
Yes.
without any, so let's take away physical things and let's just go into space, and you got a spaceship here and you want to go over here, you would have to close the gap to be able to like teleport there, or not teleport, but like speed of light, like ultra fast. You go poof, poof, and you'll have to bend space, but that means when you bend space, you're bending time
Yeah.
itself. You're making time go from 10 to 0 without having to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, totally confused.
So that's when, if I reckon if you don't do it right, you can shatter
Shatter time space.
reality.
Wow.
So, those are like concepts and theories all put together.
Okay. On the topic, but off the topic, alien autopsies. Do you think that we've ever grabbed not just a specimen of their spaceship, but an actual alien? Do you think there's some aliens on ice somewhere on this planet?
Who knows? But I do think we do, because we've got mammoths that came from ice. We've had like ancient crocodiles that came from ice. We've had sloths, like literally sloths that were frozen, like those massive sloths were encased in ice. Yeah. So I have no doubt that there has been aliens encased. There's probably still aliens encased in ice, because like over thousands of years ago, the water rose and went down. So like every 7,000 years, the Earth spun on its polar axis, or on its axis, a 90-degree angle.
Sure.
And then that froze some parts, and that made some parts. It's like 2012, the movie.
Yeah, the
Or-
tilt. Yes,
yeah, the
yes,
tilt.
yes.
So some of it was frozen and some of it was not. So the water might have pushed all of that dirt and stuff all over the spaceship, and it's covered it up and all that stuff.
Well, what do you think young people are so fascinated by aliens today?
Ooh, probably they just probably bored of this Earth and its like the stupid things going on. Two, intriguing, very intriguing, because who wouldn't want to know what is out there, what other besides humans in technology. Of course, if there's people who are into technology, and then some people are into the weapons, and then some people want to know how aliens fight, and then some people want to know how aliens eat, and some people will know how aliens smoke. Smoke. How many lungs you got, buddy? Yeah.
That's right, mate. Yeah. 5 lungs.
Yeah.
No mouth, but 7 eyes.
Yeah, might not even inhale if there's silicon.
Or might not even have lips, my bro.
How would you do that? Absorb smoke? Thank you for the ice cream.
Those Independence Day aliens, you know? Yeah, because all different types. And my favorite alien was Chewbacca, but he was so much part of the whānau, I didn't regard him as an alien.
No,
you know?
No, he was a very hairy, friendly person.
Co-pilot.
Yeah.
So they've got these giant arrays of radio transmitters and giant telescopes looking out into the cosmos, my bro. Do you think we might pick something up soon? And what do you think we might pick up?
To be honest, I think we'll pick up. I don't know if aliens, there's troll aliens out there, but I'm pretty sure there will be aliens, like a federation of aliens, galactic federation of aliens that are just like cut off their signals, isolate their signals, so no other aliens discover this beautiful planet.
That'd be cool.
Because we don't want the planet to be destroyed, but we'll slowly change the humans. We'll make their mindset differently, and we'll make it different, we'll make it good so they can evolve in a better way. Right. But at the moment, we've got aliens that that humans call gods and demons and stuff.
So you think that the same things, aliens and angels, are actually the same things?
Yeah, I think because we call aliens beings that are foreign to us. So angels could be like, they could have a designated planet for themselves where it all started off, and that's where they live. And the fact that they can travel it like that, they can just go anywhere. Or maybe there's planets and planets of them, or they're just in a different dimension that they just can pop in.
So
and
they're
out,
here,
pop
but
in,
they're
and
not
out.
here, eh?
Yeah.
That's right. So
like omnipotent kind of stuff.
Yeah, neutrinos and protons and like bigger ones. Oh, bro. Give me my science or my technology updates on this night.
Yeah.
Shucks.
Yeah, as like Atafo says, like aliens are probably peaceful, but for years they had the power and technology to destroy us, but for some reason they haven't. If they were going to annihilate us, they would have done it years ago. Yes, that is true. They would have seen us monkeys and been like, hey, these guys are only made to swing sticks around. What are they doing driving cars? Like, why? Or they could be really happy with our progress and they just want to save us from interruption from other species.
That's right. Because there was the British TV book and show, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah. Oh,
and they were building a super galactic highway straight through Earth. And get warned, no one paid attention, and then they destroyed Earth just to build a road through.
But like, you want a planet. How do you expect them to move? Yeah. They're still primitive.
And the same, it's like Doctor Who. Doctor Who had all the Time Lords. There's all these bigger, even a Marvel universe. You know, they've got all the bigger, the great giant.
Yeah, like there's no way that we're humans, intelligent humans that evolved from clubs and stones to cars, cameras, computers in less than half a mil. Oh, half a mil. Because we didn't really hear any stories of building boats, houses, and stuff till like 100 years ago, or shit like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we don't like. Remembering from school and stories that we.
Oh, they didn't tell us much at school, you know.
No.
2 times 2 kind of thing. How to spell my name.
Yeah.
A little bit about the map.
Yeah.
But there's so much you had to tip into a little kid's head
Yeah.
that they just gave you the basics.
But like, you go into the Bible, bro, and it goes straight from Adam and Eve,
Yes.
Cain and Abel, and into boom, Abraham. He's got a flock of sheep now, and he's got a whole city of people.
Yep.
And like, where did the last? And Abraham lived up to like 500, 600 years old. Where did the last 600 years go? And the fact that in the Bible it only shows the Middle East. It doesn't talk about China. It doesn't talk about America. Well, even America came later, but it didn't talk about the land. Didn't talk
They
about
had books, they had records. That's why we still look back.
Yeah, and the fact that we're still finding out more, like we just discovered our own species, Homo naledi.
Wow.
We just discovered that like a year ago or so.
Finally, we talked about Homo naledi about 3 weeks back, and now there's a Netflix documentary, Cave of Bones. Check it out.
Yeah, and like there was a species of vampires, but they weren't the mythological vampires where they're like hiding coffins, dying by the light, and all that stuff. It was just apparently they were a bunch of. This could possibly wear the like missing history of the thing, but they found bones with the teeth and shit, and they were saying something about these guys. Yeah, they were there, and they were like the jinns. So like the jinn is made out of fire, humans made out of dirt, angels made out of light, demons made out of dark.
Okay.
Yep. And and then we've got like the yetis and all of those kind of stuff were made out of snow. So every element is known to have a construct of a religious story or of any kind of story involving around aliens and elements.
Right. So you're saying that over the time as humans, aliens have always been amongst us and have been part of our storytelling.
I think so. It's just been disguised. But back to the so-called vampire. So what happened was that these creatures actually kept the Homo sapiens in line. They would, if it gets overpopulated, they'll go and slaughter them, and then go back to sleep.
Oh.
And then what happened was that these guys could perceive horizontal and lateral all at the same time. But as soon as they went to sleep, humans started to get smart, and they started experimenting with these curvatures, like in the Roman pillars and all of that. They started doing angles and all that stuff. And then when those vampires woke back up, they're like they couldn't perceive all of this stuff, so they had a stroke.
Is this real, or is this one of those lost histories that we're just reconnecting back with?
Yeah, there's lost history reconnecting back. And if you know, like, I'm like, oh, that could be true, because every time you watch a movie or play a game, it always comes up with, be careful, because people are very prone to epilepsy. And lines, because epilepsy, you can't, with lines, flashing lights, everything, everywhere. Yeah. And these guys, these vampires, woke up and were like, cars. Oh, not cars, but like carriages, round things, tables, lights, colours. Oh, wow. And then they just died.
Yeah.
They're just,
can't say I've ever heard of that.
Their brain just couldn't perceive what was going on.
No, just for me, a couple of uncles came to town, got a job, had some whānau, saw kids. The kids were like, "Argh."
And they just had a stroke.
That was it. Game over.
Yeah.
Fascinating. So if any of our viewers out there happen to come across aliens, what's your advice?
Yeah, what is your advice? I'm just gonna read a couple of comments. Just for a little So Lassa says it's harder. We see ourselves as intelligent and say ants are not intelligent. What if ETs perceive us more as insects because they are so much further advanced? That is very true. That's probably how it is. It's probably how it is, intellect-wise. But I don't think aliens are ignorant. ignorant as us because ants can carry 10 times their weight. Humans can only carry like 1.5 times their weight.
Can I just say thank you for that question? So maybe the assumption is that humans and aliens are intelligent. Imagine, for instance, that both humans, we are actually quite dumb, and the aliens are even dumber.
There are probably a species out there.
So they didn't actually come and search for us. They just drifted into us, and it just happened to come across us, like the third rock. Remember the third rock from the sun?
Oh, yep.
The TV show Aliens are here.
Yeah.
And they're intelligent, but not that intelligent.
Yeah.
Hey. I get your point. Thank
Yeah.
you for the comments.
Yeah, thank you for the comment.
Keep them coming.
Marcus says, we're definitely not alone. The galaxy is infinite. There's definitely life out there. But how that life looks is anyone's guess, and what their thought process is probably beyond our comprehension. As species evolve, and so does their comprehension and thoughts. It's just how you compare evolution of monkeys. That's true, because humans have always compared each other to apes. That's so funny. And then
no, that's just my sister. My sister always compares me to an ape. That's unfair. I know the resemblance, so I'm sitting there like, I do like popcorn and peanuts, but
yeah.
Toastable thumbs, cuzzies.
Yeah. Climbs a tree.
But maybe it's the sloping forehead. But it is. How do you describe something that's indescribable in one regard? We can only. So imagine we've been sitting in the desert our whole life, and then we just happen to get a trip to a rainforest in the middle of amazing jungle, and being able to describe all the birds and all the flora of inside the rainforest back to your cousins in the desert.
And then what if you see a massive creature that's gripped around a tree, rips a tree and turns it around, and he goes and rips all the bark off and goes. It's a logging truck.
That's right.
And they're like, what's that monster? What's the animal? Go back to their desert place. Guys, I saw this freaking rhino. It had a hole in its back carrying some trees, and it didn't have feet. It had rotating feet. Like how would you do it? That's a mean question.
So another question. If you're kidnapped by an alien, what would you do?
First of all, I would tell them I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. Hey, nothing down there. No,
I think they would have upgraded their tech by now,
Yeah, I would hope so. If not, then I want a refund.
But do you record?
Oh, they wouldn't allow you to have phones, bro. They'll be like, sorry, no phones. Or they'll just shut it off, isolate the phone.
So if you get some alien contact, best you can do is tell. I don't even know. What do you do?
If you get no, I would personally. First of all, I would ask them. So if they came up to me, I would ask them. So this is how it should always. Depends on how you read people or read anything with intelligence. Just same with dogs, cats. You know when they're going to be angry or when they're going to attack. So I would be careful of how I approach them. I would first ask them if they know how to speak my language or any way that I can interact with them. And then I would ask them, can I please video this? Just so I know for myself, proof. And I don't wake up the next morning and think if it's a dream.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then I'll tell all the bros. And then I don't think I would tell the government. I would keep it.
Too late. They're listening in.
No, I would ask them, can you isolate?
Right.
Can you isolate what we're doing right now, this interaction? Because I don't want any government officials, anything up in my grill.
Yeah.
Because then I'll slowly leak it out, one by one, leak it out. Yeah, and then the government's like, where's this come from? And then next minute, they arrive at my house and I'm having dinner with 3 aliens. Because we become best friends, and I've been to their house, met their aunties and their uncles, and I said, hey, got any money?
That reminds me of the movie with Jimmy Jackson. Remember Jimmy Jackson?
Oh, yeah.
And they wanted to get Earth. They came to Earth because they realized that the poop, human poop, was so powerful as an energy source.
Yeah. And what about Paul? Paul, the reason he was on here is because he got lost.
Okay, Father, so with the Lost, we're coming up here on TaniwhaTV. We'd like to not only inform our watchers, but we also want to reward you. So coming up, we have 2 prize packs. Boom. So you got Potaua, Republic of Gamers, ROG, some bags, some sticker sticks. So there's 2 prize packs. Thank you to Paul from PB Tech. And all you have to do is what? What do you have to do to win one of these 2?
All you guys got to do is like our page and comment. What do we want to comment? Do we want to comment aliens?
Aliens.
Aliens.
#aliens.
Comment #aliens. We'll be sending this video out as well. So by next week, we're going to be picking the winners of this giveaway.
Yeah.
These giveaways, I should say. And then, so like the page, comment, and would love it if you would share as well, so people get more, know more about this prize giving.
Yeah. And so as well as the 2 prize packs we've got, we've also got a chocolate. We've got some Mr. Beast Feastable chocolate right there. So that's also for one of our lucky viewers.
Yeah.
I know lots of people have been trying to get their hands on this. So here's one.
Straight from a marakaka.
One little Wonka bar.
From the USA. From the city of ETs.
So these, the prize pack and the Mr. Beast Crunch Bar will be up for grabs next week.
So what do we have in our prize pack? So we got caps, bucket hats.
Get a hat. Get one of these hats for summer. One of these hats for just cause. Some stickies. And a drink bottle. And then a special prize. Actually, this is going to be more for our reacts.
Yeah.
So we actually have 2. And one of them we're going to give to our lucky viewer. Mm-hmm. And the other one we're going to eat on our reacts video.
Yeah.
So come back. Chumpy, hot, yeah.
Thank you for the 3 glasses. Thank you for the ice cream. Hey, they earn about 2 to 4K a month. I'm like, if you guys see me doing the thank you for the meows, thank you for the chocolate, ice cream. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you see me on that, hey, send me some dollars. I'm embarrassing myself for this entertainment.
But again, any last words, Mana, about aliens?
Don't be afraid of them. That's all I could say. Don't be afraid of them. If they visit you in your dreams, and if you're uncomfortable with them, all you got to do is tell them you don't want it. You don't want to do that. That's pretty much it. And look after yourself and stay safe. Be careful of how you contact them as well, because you don't know what you're contacting or who you're contacting.
If they have a business card, try and get their LinkedIn page.
Yep.
Some proof.
Yep.
If you go into their spaceship, grab something out of the rubbish bin.
Yep.
On the way out, just grab it out the door.
Yep.
It might be that one technology we've never seen before.
Yep. And if they ask if you want any information, you say to them, "Can I speak with your tohunga?"
Yeah. Ooh. And if they're gonna come blow you up, we'll just say, "Nah, bolt."
Can't really do anything.
1 out to aliens.
Yeah.
Are we above giving 1-on-1s or 1 out to aliens, or do we try and have a cordial? Whānau, I don't know, up to you. What would you rather do?
Yeah.
Would you rather make peace and have a cuppa with an alien?
Or
would you like,
rather...
that's enough, that's it, I've had it, we're done? And you're going to have a 1 out.
Yeah, 1 out.
Aliens. Like,
go to war. Agni Kai, I'll probably go up to them and be like, I would like to have an Agni Kai. If you guys don't know what Agni Kai is, then you guys haven't watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. Agni Kai. So Agni Kai is like a stand-up. So it's like a 1-on-1. So you go up to the alien and you say, I want an Agni Kai, and that means that you want to duel them.
yes.
The winner takes all.
You just walk up, your Agni Kai, give him the eye, scuff his shoe.
And say, ooh, sorry for the mai.
Yes. Anyway, whānau, thank you once again for joining us. TaniwhaTV, or was it the CGA?
CGA,
Church Geeks Academy.
Church Geeks Academy.
Coming up with some new stuff for you, whānau.
Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna be ending it tonight. We're gonna move on to our reacts, so you guys can see that for next week as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and do stay safe with the alien stuff. If you guys have any videos or any stories of aliens or anything from whānau, friends, or yourself, do send them into our Facebook page, and we'll review them and we'll put them up on our posts and stuff. And it's not a movement. It's really just dripping ourselves into this kind of like alien ET stuff, just in case stuff does go down and you guys are more confident.
If we are not here next week and no one knows where we are, I'm not going to say aliens, but it was the aliens.
It was the aliens. Either that or my dad found me. But mostly aliens.
Yeah.
Mostly aliens, yeah. But anyway, whānau, thank you for tonight. Thank you for coming in. This is TaniwhaTV. We'll see you next week, Thursday, 6 p.m. Wait, what are we doing next week?
Next week, we're going to start talking to some of our local businesses. So next week, we're going to have a very special guest. We'll do a promo. It's so special, we ain't even going to tell you until we get closer.
Yeah.
But it's about celebrating local businesses.
Yep. So it'll be like clothing, food, music.
Yeah.
You might be even there if you have your small business.
Yeah.
Definitely, I know my partner is going to be in there because she's got a little small business, which is happening, I think, Friday or Saturday. Karaoke, guys. Go look that up. We are friends with them on the Facebook page, and they do karaoke and quiz, and that's going to be going on tomorrow night or Saturday night at level 13 Rotorua.
Yeah, similar social club for Shea Food, 19th of August. Shout outs to A-Class, Modia, natives. All right. Happy birthday, Lassa, coming up.
Yeah, happy birthday, Lassa, coming up. Cha. All right, whānau. That's us before we keep carrying on. Cha. TaniwhaTV out. Bah.